They the Roy's new podcast, who want the smoke? Coming raw and uncut like who want this dope? Whatever you want, they for sure to cover the topic. From racial issues to fashion flies to cockpit. Y'all ain't never get it like this, cause they ain't never did it like this. We on our this the way the cookie crumbles for y'all. She gon' bring the inspiration to all. You know what's up with her. And this shit manifesting is a vision. And y'all gon' love TJ cause he the realest. From the heart of them all, they the start of it all. You looking for a high learning, holla at Gerard. The professor, another lesson coming at you with the lessons. Get your edge if you knowin' what's good for you. They educated, but they still keep it hood for you. Won't need another, this one here really do it for you. Baby,
what it do? What it do?
No grooving.
What it do? What it do?
What up, people?
Hey,
Hey, what's happening?
Oh, that was that old subtle voice. Give it to us one more time.
Yo, what's happening?
Okay, I like it. Well, hello to my co-host first, Ivy, the conscious creator, Flex, the producer. I call him Flex, the Rex, the producer in the house, and it's your girl I see on this good Tuesday afternoon. Evening. I don't want the afternoon, but evening. So we want to first just say welcome. We don't know who else coming in tonight, but we're anticipating that it's going to be a good communicative dialoguing crew that's going to come through, and we're going to get to talk and have some numbers that's going to go up the roof. So first of all, we want you to do a couple of things. Well, not too many. The biggest thing is like, share, and subscribe on all social media platforms. First of all, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have YouTube, we have LinkedIn, and we have TikTok. And like I said, if you're over there in MySpace, hey, go over there, come through, let us know you in the building, and we are going to have a good time on tonight. So we welcome you all. Flowers are in the building. Fragrances are really well. So yeah, that's all I got to do. I just get to welcome on tonight, and now I'm going to turn it over to the conscious creator for her to do what she's going to do.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So last week's show was about the quality of the dating pool. So if y'all missed that, that was a good show. That was a great show. And if you missed it, go back and watch the replay on our personal page. And it's also on the Floor is Yours podcast on Facebook and on YouTube. So Flex, tell us what we're talking about today.
It's a good one. So this week's show is about Moody Men. We teased it last week. Yeah, Moody Men. And that's what you did last week when we said Moody Men. You did that same look, Ivy. Yeah, but it's going to be a little spin. So it's probably not what most people think it's going to be about. This is not a man bashing show. But this is a man empowering show where we use accountability to highlight shared responsibility to help our men be the best leaders possible. I hope this don't run the women off though. So stay around. This is going to be a good conversation. Right. So with that being said, let's start off with the definition of moody. So let me pop this definition up, and I want to get IC, if you don't mind, read the definition.
I don't, honey. Moody man definition. If you describe someone as moody, you mean that their feelings and behavior change frequently, and in particular that they often become depressed or angry without any warning. I'm gonna read it again. If you describe anyone as moody, you mean that their feelings and behavior change frequently, and in particular that they often become depressed or angry without any warning. And shout out to Tamika. Good evening, girl.
Oh yeah, appreciate all the followers. Make sure you're tuning in and interacting with us. That's what makes the show fun. But so understanding that definition, I want to present this question to start off the conversation. Is it fair to call a man moody if those he loves purposely provoke negative responses from him? I'm going to read that one more time. Yeah, one more time. Understanding that definition, present this question. Is it fair to call a man moody if those he loved purposely provoke negative responses from him. So we're going to start the conversation off with there. Those that's out there listening to us, if you don't mind, go ahead and type your responses in the comments. We're going to get to them. But I'm going to start off with the ladies. What do you think? Is it fair to call that man moody if he's getting moody because the people that he care about the most, those that are in closest proximity to him, if they're provoking him, provoking those negative responses from him? Is it fair to call him moody? Who's first?
I personally don't think it's fair. If they're causing it, it's not fair. If you're provoking, it's not fair because that means you're intentionally doing it to get a reaction and a response out of him.
Okay. Okay.
So once again, it's like still poking the bear.
Mm-hmm.
So they're poking the bear, so it's not fair. So okay, Ivory, what do you think?
So I'm agree with that. I'm agree if you are purposely provoking him. I don't think it's fair to call him moody. But is he always moody?
Say again.
Is he always moody? Is that his go-to reaction?
Okay, that's a good question. So there's a lot of variables in there to consider, but I guess based off the definition, and I left it up here for a minute. It says it describes someone that their feelings and behavior changes frequently, and in particular, they don't often become depressed or angry without any warnings. So if someone at the same time is provoking them and is causing it as well, I'm gonna hit it from a different angle, and I'm gonna take it from a point of what we talked about earlier about the shared responsibility
Mm-hmm.
and accountability.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can use the word fair or not. I'm going to say, forget the word fair.
Okay.
I think that he's responsible for his behavior, you know, and now I'm talking about if they're provoking him, what do you do in those instances? If someone is provoking him to try to, because I've been in those situations.
Mm-hmm.
Where someone is trying to let's just say that something happens and you know it ends up being a physical altercation. Can you tell the police that she just kept on poking and aggravating me and I just lost my cool and the police let you go? Or are you responsible for your behavior?
He's definitely responsible for his behavior. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So is he, and that's the thing, like, is he moody because that's his go-to because he doesn't know how to communicate? And is that why he's moody? Because he doesn't know how to express himself or to express his emotions. So is that why he's moody? I mean, not even in a relationship, but on the job, with his friends. So is he moody just in his relationship or everywhere?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I want to get to. Now we're talking about this person's personality. And again, thinking about what accountability and responsibility is, we're responsible for our own self. So this thing is about moody men. And, you know, if you want to get further into it, what's our effect in our community, in our homes, on our jobs, you know, in traffic, in public? You know, we can't just say that, hey, this person angered me, so that was my response, and then that be okay. And it's my get out of jail free card.
Mm-hmm.
You know, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Yeah. So go ahead. Somebody was going to say something.
No, you said it makes sense. I just said it does. It does make sense.
Yeah. So now let's just take it to under the household because you know there's different relationships. So I want to take it to the question: those who he loved the most. It hurts, right? Those who are closest proximity to you, you think like, man, they're not going to do that to me. But then let's look at the motivation. If I'm at work, I'm probably going to exercise the most patience, the highest level of grace, and I'm going to forgive most and show the most restraint, right?
Mm-hmm.
But flip that and go home.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I'm talking about men now because it's the show? Why do we tend to show more grace at work and more forgiveness and more patience and restraint at home? I mean, at work than we do when we're at home. Not excusing behavior anywhere. I'm talking about me and my responsibility as a man. Why can I show and exercise more restraint and patience and grace at home, at work versus at home?
I think I mean, it's not, I'm not excusing it, but we tend to hurt the ones that we love the most versus the strangers. We're more kind to strangers than the ones that we love. And not making an excuse. I think that we tend to. I mean, we excuse it, like, we push them aside, we push their feelings aside, and more cautious to strangers.
Ain't
Well,
that
this
backwards?
is it is, and this is a subject matter that I heard this lady say. She says, "Why do we have to suffer and go through hell just to get out on the in the relationships, right? And when you at work, you do it. I've seen it too many times. You won't speak up, or you'll do what they say because you got to make the check and bring the money home. But then when you get home, then
Mhm.
they still catch the rebuttal of
Mhm.
everything that you've dealt with at work because you've
Mhm.
harbored all of that inside. In a minute, I say something to you, or the woman says something to you, or even the child, then you have this snap mentality. My thing is, the job is where you have to go to make sure that you bring you're able to take care of your family. But at the same time, how do you destroy your family? By being the breadwinner, by not being able to collectively come home and talk sensible, to your family. Because at the end of the day, they are, like you said, we are the most important. And I don't think that we have to make excuses. We just need to call a spade a spade. It ain't right. It's
Yeah,
not right. It
It's
ain't,
not
you know what I'm
right.
saying? It ain't.
it ain't
It's
right.
not
It ain't.
right. It's not fair, and it's not deserving for the
Mhm.
family as a whole. And if it's just you two in the house collect, it's not right. You
Yeah,
have to micromanage that. My thing is, if you know you're not gonna snap at Billy at work, but then you want to snap at me because you mad at Billy, because now all of this stuff, a lot of the stuff is just layers of stuff that you brought home of accumulated at work, and you bring it home. And so then
Mhm.
the woman and the family has to deal with that at the house. And no.
yeah. I'll say this, and speaking from a male's point of view, a lot of time, just me and me and our men circle, we want our house to be our refuge. When
Mhm.
you deal with a lot in the world, we hear that a lot, and it's not overstated. It's stressful when you go to work and you have to deal with the challenges of work, having to prove yourself worthy. Having to, you hear the saying that you have to be smarter and work harder than your other counterparts. It's a true thing. You
Mhm.
have to prove yourself up
Mhm.
constantly, and so
Mhm.
when you come home and then you're challenged, right? And it's not your fault. It's not our mate's fault, but that's just the nature of, what it is here. But with that being said, the motivation is different also. We're at work for a paycheck, for the need to provide for our families. We're judged off of that, right? We're judged off our
Mhm.
ability to provide security for our mates. And if we can't do it, then what are you going to say that about us if we can't provide a home, a roof, food, for our families as well? So, and again, not making excuses, but that pressure is riding as well. But with all that being said, that doesn't take away from the need for us to make sure that we're not emotionally bashing our mates at home too. So,
Mhm.
somehow, some way, we got to find healthy avenues to be able to do just that. So again, the motivation is there um, because of money, but also we do want our homes to be a refuge when we get home. So just because and I don't want to minimize it, but
Mhm.
because our mates aren't the most loving or most understanding, that's not an excuse for us to lash out and treat our mates harshly or be moody, or whatever. So just wanted to add that part in there.
But I think that all comes down to back what I was saying earlier about the communication piece. So if you had a stressful day at work, you know, you need to be able to communicate that with your
Mm.
partner. So if you had a stressful day, don't come home moody. Come home, babe, I had a stressful day. So we know, or your partner knows, that you did have a stressful day, so they can make it better. Or if you need your space, they can step back and give you your space and give you your time to
Yeah.
to calm down or whatever. So they're not going to keep pressuring you or keep in your face, and now everybody in the house moody.
Yeah,
So it's back to that communication piece.
it's
Yeah,
that
because even
communication
because
piece.
at least if you express that,
Hmm.
then because you said this is the safe haven, you come home in the refuge, then I can go run a bubble bath. But like, how about tonight you take a nice little Epsom salt bath? I'm running for, at least there is something I can meet you halfway to help be the distressor. And that makes it much easier. I mean, you might want a glass of wine. I don't even know if you got a cold beer. I mean, some of you like Topo Chico. I'm just saying, I would meet, then that gives me the time and space to meet you where you are, let you have that moment, and then excuse myself to let you breathe in. And if by chance you want to talk about it, then let me distress you while you're there. We can do that. But if, like she said, if you don't communicate that and you just come in there snapping, all I know is you might have was gonna have a steak, but tonight it's probably just gonna be peanut butter and jelly.
If
So let's talk about that. I'm glad you said that. So there's a lot of assumptions there, and some nice would be's there too. So in a perfect world, that happens, right? I've communicated to my mate that, hey, I've had a bad day, and I'm coming home, and I maybe just give me a moment and please, but what if you've had a bad day as well too? You see what I'm saying? Like, life just don't happen by the numbers all the time. So
Right.
and just let's just also add this on there. That's the assumption also is that I'm with somebody that has that skill set and that ability to care at that capacity as well, right? So there's so many moving parts in there. Is that my point is that sometimes you don't know until you're in those moments, and then you realize, like, man, I'm in a relationship with somebody that don't know, don't care, or they're in their emotions as well. And now the reason why I'm getting to that point is that we had a counselor, a therapist on one time, and he said when you're in those moments that somebody has to have the ability, the discipline to stand above it all and say, like, you know what? Everybody's upset. Emotions are running high. Pride is at its all-time high. We got to take a step back. And who's going to do that?
Well, I can raise my hand. I've done it before. And then sometimes you do that, but then you still got something. Well, you ain't talking. Look, you said you were stressed. I just want to give you that time and that space. And I could put on a pair of either spiritual earplugs or some real ones and put on me some music and walk through the house and let that be that. Or, just go into another room. And that's not that I'm mad at you, but I don't want to feel rejected or anything like that, because there is a ripple effect when men do that. It does cause this place of just where you want to shut off and you just don't want, you feel hurt by it, and that's just the truth. But then you still want to fulfill wifely duties or in the relationship to still go cook and all. And I'm telling you, I got stubborn at times, baby, and I knew me. Feel how you feel. Fend for yourself tonight, because I'm not finna deal, because that's the ripple effect of things. And so that's just being honest too on how that does affect responses therefore afterwards, if that's where we are at times.
That's why I need me one of those wives from Coming to America. Whatever you like. Whatever you like.
You gotta go to Africa.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm a teacher. Hey, let's get to some of these comments right here. Hashi, I need you to look down at the screen, please. Hey, appreciate the comments, y'all. Keep the comments coming.
Anytime I need you to look down at
Look down at the screen, I see.
Look, you don't tell me what to do. No, I'm just playing. Right. Tamika said, right. Don't smile at work and bring the nonsense home. I understand that we are to be his safe space, but there's only so much that I should have to bear.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 bing, 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 bing.
Let's talk about that so much. What does that look like? What does so much look like in y'all's honest opinion?
Everybody's so much is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he said, what do that look like to you?
Oh, I mean, on certain days, so much can be a lot. And on other days, so much can be so much.
Yeah, when it began to be that so much, see, I'm not even a smoker. But if I got to mentally act like I'm smoking weed in my head, it's too much.
Hey,
Laugh, Saints, it's okay. It's okay, Saints. I'm just saying in my mental state. You know, enough too much is when you just come in and you huffing and you ain't really talking and you slamming things or overtone and all that. That's too much for me.
You
Yeah.
know, and too much, so much can, you know, when you bring in work home, and now you're just messing up the home environment for everybody. And now I don't want to come home. Like, oh my
Well, let
God,
me ask you this. So I'm
now
pushing.
he home.
So this is a pushback, and I'm not telling you how to feel or whatever, but just the
Well,
challenge.
sound like you baiting us. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, I am a little bit.
I ain't
So
saying how you feel, but it's how
so
you
if this is your situation, are you doing it for him or for you? Now answer that question again.
Women doing what?
doing what?
When you're saying there's only so much that I should have to bear, because if in that instance you're not bearing it based off of your convenience or what feels good to you, is you're bearing it for him, right?
Well, well, for me, I'm bearing it for us. But if he continues to come home with the same nonsense, then I don't think he's thinking about us either.
Perhaps, perhaps not.
So why do I have to look at the whole us when he's bringing the nonsense home to us?
Yeah, because I didn't piss in your coffee. I didn't tinkle in your churros or nothing like that. So you saying so I'm supposed to bear it for him. So
Love,
if he know that he
suffers
keep
long.
doing this, there is a line that you got to say. Now, why do you keep coming home every day and you know that this disrupting the peace that's in this house that you say that you want here, and you know that this is becoming a repeated cycle? When are we gonna stop this? Because what you got going on is disrupting the household when you get here. So
Yeah.
now I've been bearing. I feel like I bared enough to make sure that you were okay, and this has been a safe place. So now I really have to bring this to the table. That's me.
7 times 70. Next comment.
What? I'm
Hey man, hey, I told you it's gonna be a little bit different than y'all thought. Hey,
This
next
is
comment.
different. This is
Hey,
very different.
yeah, my cousin Corey King, appreciate the comment.
I
Who gonna
see
take
that.
this one right here?
Go ahead, I see.
He's talking about the workplace.
He said, because in the workplace, there is no tolerance for workplace violence in any form. So you put up with more at work than you will at home. But it's not right. I'm just saying. It sure ain't right, Corey. And I'm glad you were just saying.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. We do. And it goes back to what I said. The motivation is different. The consequences is different, right? At home versus at work.
I
Now,
get it, but if you ain't don't act like you want to whoop Charlie and you don't, and you come home and is hitting stuff because you didn't pop Charlie. I'd rather for you probably just pop Charlie.
But then you come home and taking it out on us, and we had nothing to do with it. And we at home and we excited like, yeah, my baby coming home,
My man.
and then you coming home with the nonsense.
Yeah, because at this point I want to know who it was because I want to send an email.
Yes,
send an email
we
before you
going
get
up to the job.
Yeah. In today's time, Tariq said in today's time, we both work outside of the home and have to deal with outside emotional stress. So you're absolutely right. And you know what's crazy is I think a lot of us still have some traditional mindsets that we haven't fully adjusted to modern day stressors. And when we talk about communicating is more. And I'm not just saying that that's us, but communicating is more than just talking about what we're feeling, but it's also communicating and understanding what truth is and what we're actually facing. And I think there's a lot of good material out there that's actually talking about that right there. Some of these traditional mindsets, but facing modern day challenges. And I think that we'll do good to get into some of those readings and it help us face some things that we never even considered. One of the things that we talked about in the past podcast I see is some of these men and women are even expecting themselves to be homemakers, to cook and clean and be homemakers and all that, but they're still working as many, if not more hours than the man. And then they're judging themselves on their ability to perform those duties at a high level. And then what happened after 2, 3, 5, 10 years, they're tired, they're beat down, and they're full of resentment because they just couldn't maintain it at a high level. So it's something to really think about. Appreciate that comment, Tamika. Anybody want to comment on that before we move to the next one?
No, I agree with it.
I agree.
Because my thing is, if I come, I'm like, look, right now I'm not up to talking. It's been a moment, or me, not the fact of not talking to him. I would rather say, let me tell you about this day. And most of the time, women are talkers, but men, when they in a place, they don't want to listen to us. They say we talking, and then they halfway ain't listen anyway. You say something, you be like, what I said, it'd be like, it'd be that type of stuff. And it just, I'm just saying, I'm just
Hey,
talking about what
so
I'm
there's
talking
this
about.
article I read that said women on average use about 45 to 50,000 words a day, and men is around about 4,500 words a day. I think I use all my words on the podcast. So if anybody, I'm gonna be in a relationship, man, she in trouble. So think about that.
She got to tune in.
Man,
I hope he's saying something that you can't just catch
She got to tune in and text you in there.
Yeah, you might want to talk to him on live, baby, because it's about all you gonna get.
It's over, man. Oh, Tamika also said, if your day is stressful, call me before you leave work so I can be better prepared.
That's good. That's good.
That's what I said. Then I forewarn me.
Yeah, and you're right. And it just takes you. It's you can get so caught up in just the routine. Like, I'm out of here. You just got to be thoughtful. Sometimes you don't want to do the extra, but it is just something simple as that can really shape your evening. And not doing it can really shape your evening. So yeah, it's just being.
I want just to sit down in this chair and let me give you a neck massage and massage your temple. Let me help you get some of this off.
Again, communication is key, and not just talking, but understanding and knowing. Come knowing what you're talking about is too. Not just talking just to be heard, but understanding and listening.
Right.
Man, doing some research before you coming in and talking to, not just some what I've heard. Because sometimes what we're communicating, you can be just flat out wrong about some stuff too.
Loud and wrong.
Loud and wrong. Hey, that's what our drill sergeant used to tell us, though. You private, just loud and wrong. Oh, man. It's great to be the bigger person, but you shouldn't have to be the bigger person all the time. I'm just saying, take turns. Amen to that. You're right. You do.
Here go the baton. I'm giving it to you tonight because I'm not her.
Yeah.
Let's see how you handle it, Big Daddy.
That's real, man. That's real. So yeah, you're right. You're right. I just like that. Not to get too churchy, but every day you would say new graces, new mercies every day.
Yeah, because you've been hitting us with scripture all night.
Yeah,
what? Oh, I digress.
Who got this one?
Me. I see you rotating your neck, Gerard. My so much means you can't be doing this every day. Oh, okay, that's what she said. You can't be doing. Eventually, you will either need to make a change from the situation or in the situation.
Right.
I agree. I think that's the expectation, is to grow. I think what I'm saying is I think we'll get in trouble if we put like a time limit on it. And when I say that, I'm meaning like you do expect to grow. And I've been in a situation, I'm talking about myself, that I might go. And then one day I might have a bad day where it seems like, what's that song? 2 steps forward and 1 step back. That's all.
A blues song?
No.
That's Paul Abdul.
Yeah, Paul Abdul.
I'm a musical genius.
What's your music? I'm over it just slow.
Hey, Corey, boy, he bringing the wisdom today, man. Take Corey to come in.
Corey said the old saying, leave work at work and home at home. Do your job as a man at home. Be there for your spouse and the job. Just do your part and keep pushing, because jobs can be replaced you, but your spouse is priority.
That's it.
Corey gets flowers.
Man, Corey talking. Hey, so Corey been married, I think, 2 years now. So
well, he got the extra comment over there. He says, "I don't want no smoke, so I try my best to be nice at home." LOL.
What did he say? Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and he put that home in big letters, all cap. He yelled that out. Home. And it's good to hear a male's point of view. I know most of the time, I see some hollering over here. Okay, Corey. Yes. Hey, Heather, love you. Yeah. So it's good to hear male perspectives because sometimes Gerard is outnumbered on here.
Mhm.
He be trying to like poke the bird.
Not really, because my wisdom is vast. So no matter what you come with
What?
my
I can't
humble
hear you. Put it on my good ear. I'm just
with
saying.
my humble self.
Yeah,
Mhm.
humble self.
Hey, Tamika said, barring the emotional state every day can become too much. Amen to that. Counseling is definitely needed to learn better ways to handle situations before bringing all of this home every day. You're right. And I want to say something about counseling and therapy too. The idea is not to go just to say you're going, it's to grow and get better. So if you're going and just to revert back to the same old, what's the word I used to say, raggedy. Go revert back to the same old monkey business. Like, man, you wasting time and money, So at some point,
most of the time, Black men don't want to do counseling. Like, I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. So if you find one that will go, Lord, I thank you. But then, like you said, still gonna be some turbulence sometimes because most people, when they go into counseling, they go with presenting their partner instead of themselves.
Yeah, that's crazy. If you go into counseling just to try to tattle and rat on somebody else, Now that don't mean that a good counselor is going to give you opportunity to talk about what the other person is doing. But counseling is not one session, and it's crazy because I've been there. And man, you get to that first session, man, you just want to unload, right?
Yes.
An hour ain't enough.
You're like, no, not yet, not yet. I want to leave.
You be in that, you see that last 5 minutes, you be like, hold on, dump. So that's funny, man.
And please don't go to nobody that you know. I know they want you to be going to your pastors, but there's some bias situation, some biasness there. Go to somebody that don't know neither one of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And I say it depends on the pastor. It's some pastors that are good. So I said it.
I said don't go to your pastor. No. Don't go to a pastor that know you, or y'all go to your husband go or your wife go to their pastor. Y'all need somebody that don't know nothing about neither one of y'all.
And I say it depends on the pastor and you and your situation. Because if that's the only person that's available, y'all got to go to somebody. And that's my infinite wisdom again.
Next. I'm gonna have to sit in the house with the whole.
I don't got nothing. Look, I'm like Corey. I don't want no smoke.
So Tamika said, having to hear about the same thing every day is like an emotional beat down to your mate. Amen to that. Yeah. Again, at some point you got to be getting better. And just if you keep having to raise the same issue, at some point I'm wondering now, one or two things. One, either that person is not trying to change, or two, is it something that they need to change or not? If they don't need to change it, why are you trying to change them? Right. It might be something that they don't need to change, that you're trying to convince them or change them on something that they're okay in. So I don't know. There's something to think about.
Because I bet you if the roles were reversed, they wouldn't put up with it.
Yeah. So again, man, there's just so many variables in that. I think you just got to think about it. And we always welcome these comments. What Flex said, infinite wisdom.
I mean that's one of your hot boy. That's one of your hot boy cheerleaders.
Hot boy, boy.
I appreciate the comment from Sister Heather. She said, we went to my pastor and I can honestly say she was neutral. It was a great experience for us. So yeah, there are some pastors that you're right. I would say no. What's that old Bishop B? What do you say? Hell no. No. Then there's some that they get some good.
Well, I'm glad they had a good experience.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a commercial break real quick, and we're gonna come back and hit some more of these comments. Corey, appreciate the comments, and everybody else, keep them coming. Keep them coming. We're gonna do it.
Corey, have a good shift.
Yeah. Good quick commercial break, and we're gonna come back. Oh man, where did I go? Here we go. Oh man, so that was if y'all been following us on Facebook, we've shared this commercial for the past few weeks, but we've been kind of keeping it hush on who was the author behind that. But that's our very own Tamika Chapman, Human Not God. Yeah, so follow. There's a lot to come, and just the story behind Human Not God. There's a lot of pressure on some people to be perfect, on ourselves and from other people. So it's just a reminder that you're human. You're not God, and if you understand that, I think from both ends, from self and to not put that pressure on other people, that it allows you to just kind of rest in who you are and be more forgiving and be more patient with people. So there's some clothing line on there. I got my own. If I thought about it, I'd have worn my shirt, but I will have it on next week. But it's a website as well. Human Not God is the brand. Go check it out. Yeah.
Thanks for the plug.
Oh yeah, for sure. So we're gonna go to this next question right here. There's a few. Ivory, is there one particular that you want to stand out and that stands out that you want to discuss first, or do you want me to pick one?
No, go ahead and pick one.
Okay, here's one. Ask the ladies if they would rather be with a moody man or a nonchalant guy. Would you rather be with a man that's moody or one that's nonchalant? I see. Since you're looking all left, right, up, and down, I want to start with you. Would you rather the man in your life be moody or nonchalant? And I like that because there's two opposite ends of the spectrum.
I'm gonna deal with Stanley.
Come on, now don't do that. Be a team player, man. Be a good team player.
Stanley's neutral.
Hey, I like Christy. She said neither. Yeah. So that's the answer.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I mean, but you didn't give. You said either. You didn't give us the neither.
Well, it's your answer. I ain't got you in a step over toe hole making you say one or the other. So
I don't know. I mean,
neither. Give us a reason why you say neither.
I don't know.
What about you, Ivory? And then we're gonna give I see a chance to come back.
Yeah, I mean, you got to let me. You got to let me sip.
So if I had to pick between the two, I'm gonna take Mr. Moody. I'm gonna take Mr. Moody, and then I'm going to figure out. I'm gonna try to see why he's so moody. Because it could be an easy fix. It could be a reason why he's moody. He don't know how to communicate. He don't know how to express himself. He don't, he's not, open. He was in relationships that didn't allow him to express himself. So it could be reasons that he's so moody. I don't want Mr. Nonchalant. I don't want him. If I had to pick between, I'm gonna take Moody.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Cree was here with us. We talked about the quality of the
girl.
Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, Cree said, I'm gonna take Moody. That nonchalant gonna make me mad.
I guess right there the reason why I was like stuck in that little whirlwind, because when you can have one man that was both of them, that's kind of when you be like, that would be neither. I've dealt with that. It's not good either way. Moody, but like you said, Moody, there's a little bit more you can work with. Nonchalant, I'm like, sucker, did your mama drop you on your head? I mean, I just want to know. I'm just being real. But Moody, you get to at least know that he not always that way. And there's some moments that triggered him. Mm-hmm. But I really wouldn't prefer neither, but I could probably deal more with the Moody. Nonchalant don't work for me. He ain't gonna make me mad, but he sure ain't gonna make me want it.
Nonchalant. Oh, nonchalant gonna make me mad. Nonchalant.
Because I'm just saying, it's that's like I'm a ray of sunshine, and I'm walking around here with this dark rain cloud, thunder and lightning, and everywhere they go, we walking down the grocery store. They like, oh, she's so bright, and over like, oh, baby, what's going on? How did they even get together?
That's why I don't want them. That's why I don't want them.
That's why I don't want them.
Baby. But yeah, that boy.
Well, let's I
Now
found
Kristen said nope and because and nope. She just got him one. She giving you one word.
yeah.
Not no
So
sentence. It's just nope.
I pulled up the definition of nonchalant. It says feeling or appearing calm and relaxed, not displaying anxiety, interest, or enthusiasm. So and I'm bringing it up because I've been accused or I've been told that I have a nonchalant attitude.
Mm.
I mean, right now you looking nonchalant.
Mm.
I'm sick of you. You was a whole character. They just don't flex to something special. He real like, but like for real, cause sometimes he give me good and I be like, and then he'll be like,
But and
I'm
I'm,
just
I'm
messing with
thinking,
you.
but it says appearing casually calm. It don't say that he's ignoring you, right?
You might as well.
No. So let's think about this.
They say he's not displaying interest or enthusiasm.
Anxiety or
not
anything.
not displaying anxiety. I think that's a good trait.
I need you to display
No, I'm
something.
skipping over anxiety, but I'm talking about
But they're saying it's not displaying. So now I think that takes. So now we're going to communication. So now you're gonna have to ask this guy, is he interested? Because it's saying that it's not displaying. That don't mean that he's not.
No,
I
now
need
we
you to
got
display.
we got to do this
Because I think now I'm finna get in y'all women and y'all.
No, I need you to display it. I need you to show me. I need you to action.
Hey, TJ said
to line up with your
Hey,
words.
TJ, love you, brother.
TJ said, I am. He said, darkness,
Darkness.
you are nonchalant.
Darkness.
I am nonchalant. But here's the thing, though, because I'm on to bring some clarity and some context in this. So when we're talking about nonchalant, let me go back to that definition.
Ooh, where did he find the dictionary tonight?
I went to Google. You know, we all got it. But not displaying anxiety. It doesn't say that you don't have it. It's saying that it's not displaying anxiety, interest, or enthusiasm. So I am sometimes I'm pretty even killed about some stuff. So my point is, you're going to have to ask me if I'm excited and just amped about some stuff.
So you're going to be like this. Are you excited?
Yes. No, it's not. It's not that deep. It is not that deep. No.
Ivy, do it again. Ivy, do it again.
Are you excited? Yes, I am.
I'm like, yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I am. I'll be like that. But my point is, so there's communication where you're gonna have to ask him. So now, if he just dead like a zombie, that's one thing. But so my other part is, you rather have so we're here on here talking about Moody Men. And y'all done talked about how toxic, and y'all didn't use that word toxic, but how you don't want a moody man. But now when it comes to the one or the other, you rather have a moody man than a calm guy who displays calmness. And just because he displays where he don't have interest in certain things, instead of asking him, that might be what he shows. But you rather have a moody guy? Come on, ladies.
He's not, because a nonchalant guy, he's not displaying any of that. And when he's happy, when you have good news, when you have bad news, when you have any kind of news, he is nonchalant about everything.
I think that's the worst. I think that's the worst.
I need him to say. To have the same thing.
I think that's the worst of a nonchalant, but
yeah, but I think it's just the fact when you add to that thing. Well, you gotta ask if he's not showing it. You just have to add. Let me just get the wire pliers and pull some teeth at this point.
I mean, I was like, well, let me ask my man. I can't even see, like, what if he across the room and I can't even look at his face? I'd be like, I don't know how he feels.
Or you take him somewhere and this is a special moment for you and he's sitting in the corner like I wish I was watching the football game. Not interested.
And you gotta keep saying, are you having fun? Are you having fun? Yes, I am.
Now, if he's that extreme, I get it. If he's that extreme, I get it. You're right. If he's that extreme, okay, but you do not go out there and pick a moody man just for the sake of having a man in your life. Please get that.
No, I'm not.
Never gonna do that. We just we going by what we've been asked tonight.
Yeah, I got you. You're right. You're right.
I mean, because women get moody with hormonal imbalances and stuff. We got moody times too.
Yeah.
They call us I see they call us emotional.
Yeah, y'all need to stop that.
We're not moody, we're emotional.
So Alicia, appreciate you tuning in. She's our family just tuning in. Cree said, if I have to ask, it's a problem. Let's talk about that.
Christy is just point to it. She said, why should we have to ask?
Let's talk about that. Let me tell you why
we're gonna talk about that, Christy.
Let me tell you why you gotta ask. Because nobody on God's green earth can read minds. And as good and as smart as you are, and you think you can read body language, you're gonna miss the mark sometimes. So instead of assuming and making a butt out of you and me, ask.
On some things we shouldn't have to ask. Some things we should be able to read your body language, your expressions. On some things we should be able to just look at you to see, like, yes.
So what I'm thinking now. What I'm thinking now.
Y'all, I'm getting under y'all skin.
She got me. Hey, Christy said this is funny. I'm getting them, Christy. DJ said, "What's up?"
Yeah, but you see how he said I was right. What he was. I said that look is like I'm getting under their skin.
That's 1 out of 10. You know, 1 out of 10. Overrated. She said, "Not neither."
Oh, baby, not just that. Like sitting like a baby.
Sitting like a log. Yeah.
Oh,
so that's
just open your mouth, damn it.
Replying to Christy Glass, why should we have to ask? I get it. Yeah, but if sometimes you're gonna have to ask instead of assuming. So
and then when you said don't nobody read math, last I checked, Dionne Warwick was on top of it.
Oh man, TJ said open your mouth. Hey, I get it, bro.
No, he said open your damn it mouth.
Yeah,
damn it.
I'm with him on that. So let's get to one more question, and then we're gonna get ready to wrap this thing up. So I like this question. So Ivory, I hope your friend is tuning in. He said he sent these questions. He said, is moodiness another sign of control? Is moodiness a sign of control? And I think it can be. I think we had that discussion before when people use what did we say? People use the silent treatment.
The silent treatment.
So, yeah. So it can be, you know, people use moodiness as a way to control folks, you know, get angry, act like they're sad or whatever. You know, we had this discussion in a men's group one time that people will literally act like they're mad at you about something that you did, and you may have forgiven them a while ago, but they'll continue to act like they're mad, just so they could continue to get that special preferential treatment from you. So
they'll start praying with you at night for bed.
Yeah. And I think that's like the height of what we could call toxic behavior, you know. So
or they'll become mad at you just so you don't talk to them. So you know they could, you know, whatever. I think it is.
Yeah. Christy said that it's pouting like children. You know, when you start talking about some of the behavior, what is it called? Personality behavior traits or whatever, disorders. I remember her name is Dr. Romney. She used to say that they pout like, you know, have temper tantrums. And I was like, it's kind of extreme. I didn't think about it, but the more I read and studied it, it's true. They do pout like 2- and 3-year-old children, like until they get their way. So it's true. Acting like childish politics, and you see it in a lot in politicians. A lot of politicians are, you know, they show that right there. Until they get their way, they definitely pout. So moodiness can be a way to control people. You know, it's unfortunate, but it happens.
Yeah.
We got about 3 more minutes. We're gonna get one more in here before we turn this off. Her Oh man, this is good. Are men moody because they do not know how to express their emotions or aren't allowed to express them in their relationships? Are men moody because they do not know how to express emotions in a healthy way? So I got another event. This is my third year. I'm going to Las Vegas in June. In June is Men's Mental Health Month. So I'll be there, and my topic of discussion is emotional wellness and emotional intelligence. And that's one of the things that we're talking about is how to express your emotions in a healthy way and using emotional regulation. The thing is that we have been taught to a certain degree, not everybody. But the thing is, even if you haven't been taught, if you have been taught not to, the thing is sometimes you haven't been taught to do it in a healthy way. So by default, you don't know how to do it, how to regulate your emotions. So it's one of those things like, and I'll give you an example. If sometimes people just conflate being mad, being upset, and being disappointed. Those are three different emotions, but they conflate them. So now they are expressed all the same way. I'm ready to tear up some stuff because I'm angry, because I'm disappointed, and they all are different. So the thing is, once you learn the emotional vocabulary and you learn how you learn whatever you're feeling and you learn how to process it, then you can express it the best way possible. And a lot of it is this mindset that um like you can be mad. I mean, you can be upset without being mad.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I have to learn. Really not early in my years, late in my years. Like somebody disappointed me. Now, hey, I gotta flex or show them like, hey, you don't do me like that. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of men, especially men in the Black community, come across. Like it's stupid, but hey, you step on somebody's shoes and they ready to fight. You
Yeah.
bump and they're ready to fight. They see you or they see your woman and they, you're attractive woman, whatever, and they speak to her, you're ready to fight. Like it's crazy. Like that's the only way that you know how to express your displeasure for a situation is being ready to fight. And we got to be able to regulate our emotions in a healthier way. I tell you that the prisons are full of people who don't know how to regulate their emotions in a healthy way. And that's on the a better side. The graves are even fuller with people who didn't
Mm.
know how to regulate their emotions
Right.
in a healthy way. So you're right.
Right.
We need to. That's something that we can all do better at. And just real quick before I turn it over to you, ladies, not only are the men ready to fight, but I hate seeing women that encourage their men or they judge them on their willingness to protect them or to go to bat and fight over them over stuff that could easily be diffused, and just passed over and live to fight and to live for another day. So
That's good.
yeah.
Well, clearly, when you said you was going to Vegas, Christy said, "Can you take two planes full of men?" I think I don't know if I think she talking about 747. She just need 747s, two of them full of men to take with you to Vegas to this conference for them. And then Heather said, "Can is Corey going? You taking Corey with you?"
Hey, listen,
The
Chrissy
whole
listen.
said
name.
two.
The
Chrissy
whole
said two
name.
times. Chrissy, we need to know which area you would like for us to take them from. Is there some country men you want them from the city? Texas? We just need to know the locations of where you want us to pick them up from.
Yeah, seriously. You know what's crazy is we're doing it in Vegas, but we're also going to have here something here local too. We're trying to get TJ back in the game. It's been a while since we done something with
Yeah,
TJ too,
like
but
where is TJ? The
yeah, but
realest.
yeah, we do. It's something that's needed, and that thing it saves lives,
Yeah.
and it's something that was crazy is our kids
Mhm.
learn that behavior. They're sponges. Saying that the apple don't fall far from the tree.
He
You
said,
know,
mix it up.
yeah, mix it up. I
I
know that's
got you,
right.
Chris. We it was loud and clear. TJ
Yeah,
say you ready.
yeah, that's
Baby, I'm ready, baby. I'm ready, ready, baby.
yeah. So we're gonna wrap this thing up. We're gonna let IC give us some closing thoughts on this thing about moody men and emotional wellness and intelligence and regulation. So what you got for us, man?
Really, I should let you wrap it up because you're the man. You like. needing to let the
I
man
just
give us
did.
love note on tonight.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So just real quick, emotional wellness, emotional intelligence, just a number of things. I'll say this. A lot of things that we deal with in our community, we attribute it to mental health issues, and it's not. Sometimes we just need to unlearn bad behaviors, unlearn things that we learned years ago that we just refuse to let go. And a lot of that is tied to just that the emotional intelligence. Again, what I was saying earlier, just learning like what are we feeling. Sometimes it's what's making us angry is really just something that we're upset about, we're disappointed about. And I think if we learn what we're feeling, then we can learn to regulate it better and learn to process it better so we can regulate it better. And one of the it's easy to have a temper tantrum and learn to and try to fight and put your fist up and tear up everything. That's the easiest thing to do. It's hard and it's difficult to show restraint. And if you want to be a man and stand up and do what's hard and difficult, show restraint. And what I'm telling you is that again, I've worked in a prison before. Um, it's the prison is full of people who just a split decision did the wrong thing. It ain't worth it. It is not worth it. The grave is full of people who did the wrong thing, and it is not worth it. And kids are left to try to fend for themselves and learn to live without fathers who just out of pride just want to show how tough they were. And I'm saying is if we can learn to channel our anger, learn to be stand up men and quit trying to impress each other over the stupidest stuff. I just think that we can do so much better being here in presence with our kids and teaching them to do. And that's it. It ain't the elegant words that I see do, but that's it, man. Just be present. I ain't done yet. Patience, patience. But she was finna jump in there like
I
double
was gonna say
dutch.
that was really nice, but I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna give you something good, but I'm gonna go back.
But whatever it is that you can do to channel that energy. But number one thing I would tell you, read. You just got to learn, and there's so much out there that's at our fingertips to learn, to do differently, to move differently, and to be better men. I think our communities are suffering mainly because our men aren't at the forefront and leading the change. So I think if we do better, our communities do better, and one person can touch so many people. You're talking about one man can be a better father, can be a better brother, can be a better uncle, can be a better sibling, can be a better coworker, can be a better neighbor. So just start off being there, and I think that that's what we can do better. And I'm going to kick it to my sister. I see.
What is she thinking right now? Because she being so nonchalant.
This black sucker.
Girl. What I didn't know you weren't finished. So pardon me, Sam, but I was really just basking in listening to you, learning that we need to hear more of your men's voices, the dialogue and feeling. So that's why I was more adamant to say I wanted you to do it. But I'm gonna give you these flowers because I'm gonna tell you why. We really do need men to be in a healthier place to be able to communicate from an emotional standpoint, to be more just in that, just to settle within themselves, and to know that we are here for you all, that we see you all, we want you healthy, we want to be able to communicate, we want to be able to love you well and to love you better, and we want to meet you where you are. We don't want you to make it so hard for us, but we do see you all. And so even when I saw TJ's comment, he said like smoking cigars has allowed him to relax, reflect, and act accordingly. Men's mental health. And I think that's the biggest thing, that because men have been taught to like internalize, not feel, and not to express, that we women do get a lot of the rebuttal in their relationships, because that has not been an avenue that has been given to them at a younger age, and then moving into the adult manhood situation that allows them to be the gentleman, a little bit more gentle. And there's not this fight that you got to keep fighting and fighting and fighting, like all y'all been doing is fighting all your life. And so then in relationship, it's a fight there too. So I just wanted to say that much, just to know that we love you as women. We need you to be healthy. We would love to be able to just sit down and every day be like a bed of roses. We know that's not always possible, but if you can get closer to a fragrance of a new garden together, because you've allowed those walls to fall down, and that you are allowing us in, and knowing that we're not here to war against you, but we're here to really be in this fight with you, for you to be better and to be healthy, so that we love from a better place, and that we get our families grounded in a better place, whether that's your blended family or the children that you birth together. But there has to be some healthiness that we need you all to have as well. And that's just a part of my journey, making sure that even my brothers are okay, because I tap into them. Like, I'm talking about my biological brothers, but I do it to men together, because I know that they're going to encounter somebody's daughter. My son is going to encounter somebody's daughter. And we want to be able to say, hey, they don't have to operate in the old dysfunctional ways that they weren't taught or that they saw, that they can just find a new path, because there is something healthier that allows a relationship to flourish. So yeah, that's pretty much all IC has to say. And so I do honor all men on tonight. And anytime that you're fighting to be a better man, I salute you, because I'm telling you, honey, it will make love fall down, love all the way around.
All right, man. That was dope. That was dope. Miss Ivory, what you got for us?
No, mine's gonna be real quick as always, but no, men, just heal, work on yourself, and find the root of the problem. Because sometimes when you find the root of the problem, then that will help the emotional or the temper tantrums or things that's going on with you. And then let us love you. Let your woman in your life, or whoever in your life, love you. Show us how to love you. When you come home, communicate. When you come home, let them know you had a bad day, you had a rough day, so we can help you, guide you through that process too. So because it's not always a fight. It's not always a fight, and you don't have to make it a fight. So work on yourself, so we can help work with you, not against you, and not against you. So that's all I have.
All right, Ivory, you want to tell us what next week's topic is going to be about real quick?
No, you tell them.
Oh man, okay. Because next week's topic is going to be about why. Tell me if I'm wrong, but why does it seem like women are more prone to support men than men are to support women? Why does it seem like more women will support men than men will support women?
Oh,
Yeah. So I think it's a good follow-up topic to support today's show. So
yeah, I
tune
think I'm
in.
gonna have all my hair standing up on that one.
Yeah, hey, I like this comment from Christy. Appreciate you, Christy. She said, "Don't come home with a dictator spirit." You're
Come
right.
on, dictator.
And dictators here. Leader does not be dictator, and you don't come in barking orders. Just because. Yeah. Appreciate that right there. So, I see. Closes out.
Closing out, it's just simple. Like, share, subscribe. It's what I tell you in the beginning, is what I'm gonna tell you at the end. We're probably gonna quiz y'all on that to make sure that y'all know. By now, I really shouldn't even have to tell y'all this, but this is what we do, and the floor is yours. Like, share, and subscribe on all social media platforms. If you didn't get on tonight, you can go back and hit the replay button. Get on here, drop some comments, and we can come back and talk and dialogue about it. But as always, we always thank you all for joining in, for dialoguing with us, because we all get to take nuggets from each other. We get to laugh and have laughter, and we, get serious and take some things in. But it's definitely a pleasure to be able to get on here and just to be ourselves with people that are just human, and we all learning from one another how to get this thing as close as possibly right as we can, so that we just get to see how beautiful life can be here on earth for the rest of our lives moving forward. So yeah, we love y'all tonight. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you next week. for the hot topic, honey. And just come with your notepad if you got it. Notes all ready to go so we can get into this thing and just do it. So I love y'all. My co-host, thank you for being a part of this wonderful show. And then Gerard, thank you for poking us and pulling us into, all
and
that.
stirring it up.
Oh, that infinite wisdom. Don't forget
infinite wisdom.
Infinite wisdom. That's what Gerard operates in. Boom. As Chris said, boom. And we love y'all.
It's my turn to tell y'all about my big bro Gerard and the podcast crew. From DJ the realist, Miss Cookie the professor, and you can't forget about the inspiration sheet. They talk about it all, got advice for us all. You'll never know how deep the talks would go. On the weekdays, the weekends, they be going live with the topics. Then they do the segment where the floor is yours. You can post your comments, you can post your statements, yeah. You can ask your questions, They can help you get your life moving in the right direction. If you need advice on marriage, advice on finance, advice on healing, advice on credit, this the podcast that you need to check out. Go ahead and tune in, you'll feel what I'm talking about. Baby, don't forget love is yours. Yeah, baby, I mean love is yours. If we come down to love is yours. Let me show you how blue love is yours. Baby, flow is yours. Love flow is yours. Na 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 na. Flow is yours. Love flow is yours. Na 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 na. Love flow is yours.
Peace. We love y'all. Good night.